Alright guys, I haven't really made a whole lot of videos with the Jeep recently because I'm in the midst of getting it fixed. And by fixed, I mean getting all the rust fixed. I ripped up the carpet, as you can see. I mean, this is just absolutely terrible. So I am getting the floors in, and the next time you see this Jeep, it's going to be, I don't want to say restored, but it's definitely be a lot better shape. All the rust on here is all going to get taken care of. I have new floors. I'm going to show you the brand that I got. I'm going to show you the companies that I got and stuff. But I did order brand new floors for it. A couple little body panels. As you can see, I have a tad bit of rust right here. I have new rock sliders going in. As you can see, these are just, once again, my rockers are shot. So new rockers will be going in. You can see I got some rot back here. You know, no bueno here. So I got a new patch panel for the hatch area. And then, as you may know, this side was already cut out. The rocker panel, this was already cut out. I actually just POR 15'd the whole inside of here yesterday. So the whole inside of this is all POR 15 now. And I have new rock sliders that will get welded in. I'm going to show you the rock sliders. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I got. But, I mean, that's it. The door will get fixed here. Sanded down. Probably just paint it black, whatever. Up here, we'll get taken care of. So, I mean, this is it, guys. Believe it or not, the driver floor isn't the worst, and it looks like someone was already in here. Because if you look, this is like a perfect cut. So someone was in here trying to do something. I don't know what they were trying to do. And then, same with the back over here. Well, you can't, oh, well, here's one spot. You can see, it's like a perfect cut. Someone cut this out for some reason, like they were trying to do something. So, I don't know if someone tried to restore this at some point or whatever the deal was, but I guess they gave up. I'm not really sure. But, I don't know. They started it, I'm going to finish it. So, I'm definitely going to fix all the rust on this Jeep. And there will be more Jeep content. Because I really miss going off-roading and going out in the woods and stuff. So, I definitely miss driving the Jeep quite a lot. I can't wait till this thing's finally ready to rock and roll. But, I'll show you the panels that I got. They're at my dad's. Once I get over there, I'll show them. And just a quick little update in the Jeep. I'll show you everything when it's done. And, you know, maybe I'll do a live video of me putting the video. I'm thinking about doing a live video. Maybe me just putting the interior back together. I don't know. If you want to see that, let me know. Just comment it down below if you want to see me, you know, just film me putting all the interior back in. Yeah, because I got to take the seats out. I am going to put the carpet back in. So, I don't know. If you want to see a live video, let me know. I'm probably just going to do it regardless to see how it goes. I'm just kind of curious to know. But that's pretty much it. Quick little update in the Jeep. Will be getting fixed with all the rust. And the other thing that I have to do, it needs ball joints. I ordered the ball joints. I'll show you those too. And get an alignment. And this Jeep should be good to go. So let me show you ball joints, show you all the parts, and you know, we'll wrap it up. Alright, here's the ball joints. As you can see, I got upper and lower ball joints. I got Spicer. I originally had called the parts store. I was going to get the Moog ball joints, but they wanted like $50 a joint. Some of them are actually $60 a joint, which is crazy to me. I found OEM Spicer joints for $120 online, so seemed like a no-brainer there. But I ended up going with the Spicer. If you need the part number, it's 706944X, and yeah, they're both the same, 706944X. So if you're doing ball joints for a Dana 30, that's what you need right there. But there's the ball joints. And I will show you the floors that I got. Alright, so we're inside the truck. I would have filmed, you know, actual showed you the floor pans and did everything. But it was getting late. I was like trying to do so much stuff that day. This part, you know, is a completely different day. In fact, it's like a week later. But the Jeep ended up getting dropped off. You know, I couldn't show you guys the floor pans that I bought. I'll tell you what I got, why I bought it, and we'll just do all that instead. So I went with the Raybuck floor pans. They make them for all model year Cherokees from 1984 all the way to 2001. I went with the Raybuck ones because I looked online, went on forums, I looked around, and most people said that the Raybuck ones, they seemed to have the best quality. They were like the thickest gauge metal. They just were pretty solid made compared to some of the other ones. So that's why I went with the Raybuck floor pans. Now I got the driver side, passenger side, and then I got both rears. Another thing that I had got, which I had rust as well, was the hatch. I got a new hatch pan or cargo pan, whatever you want to call it. I bought a new one of those. That was the most expensive out of all of them, and I could not get Raybuck. Unfortunately, Raybuck does not make like a cargo or a hatch pan, whatever you want to call it. So I went with a company called C2C Fabrication. Now they also make, you know, all the other floor pans that the Raybuck ones have, but I didn't go with those. Like I said, I went with the Raybuck. They're a thicker gauge metal. In fact, I think my white Jeep, those were the C2C floors. And I'll be honest with you, they were like a little, I don't know, they were a little flimsy. They, you know, I could tell they're not like real thick metal. I mean, they work, they're okay. I mean, the guy also didn't really install them right, honestly, who did the floors on my white Jeep. It was never really done properly, but I can tell it was, you could tell it's a little like flimsy. It's not like super structural. The Raybuck ones, I can tell, I mean, they were like super solid. So if you are going to get the floors, I would suggest the Raybuck ones. They seem like really good quality. I'm going to link them down below. That way you can see what exactly I bought. I'll just link you to the website, and then you can see all the floor pans. But for the rear, I went with the C2C Fabrication because they're the only ones that I could find that even make a rear, you know, a rear hatch, you know, like a rear cargo pan. They're the only ones that I could find that made that. It was a little pricey. I got it off of Amazon. It was $180, $170. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's kind of expensive for just that pan, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, I want to get the Jeep fixed. I want to have the Jeep for life. Like I want to keep it for a super long time. So, $180 it's not a lot. It is whatever. You know, total for all the floors, the Raybucks were like $50 a piece or something. So, you know, I'm at like $400. You know, a little bit less than that for all new floors, which isn't that bad. Now I'm paying someone obviously to weld them in. I don't know if you can see, but the Jeep is not sitting over there. The Jeep is gone. It's being worked on. I don't know when. It's probably gonna be gone for a month or so, but it's gone now. It is getting worked on. I'm also, my rocker panels were rotted out. So for the rocker panels, instead of buying new rocker panels, which I could have done, Raybuck does make rocker panels. I was gonna go that route and just replace them, but I figured if I'm gonna use the Jeep off-road and stuff, I might as well just get rock sliders. So I got the Weldon rock sliders where you cut the old rockers out and put the rock sliders in. So I have those. That was about another $200 right there. I think total I spent around like $700 for everything for the Jeep. So maybe the rock sliders were $300. I'll link that down below too. They're affordable off-road. I'm a big fan of affordable off-road. They make a lot of good Cherokee stuff. My bumpers are from affordable off-road. That's actually it that I have from affordable off-road. But they make good stuff. I'm a fan of their products. So I got their rock sliders. We'll see how they are. You know, they seem like really good quality, really good welds. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, that's what's going on with the Jeep. I mean, it's getting fully done. I mean, it's good. It's not going to be like a show vehicle, obviously, but it's going to be in good shape. It's not going to be all rotted out. I'm going to have all the rust fixed on it. And the paint's going to be a little beat up, but that's fine. It's going to be used for the woods. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm really excited because it's a nice Jeep. You know, you don't see too many 2-door 5-speeds that are in like somewhat decent shape. At least where I live over in Jersey. So I'm pretty excited to have a Jeep that's going to be, you know, I'm sure there's going to be rot somewhere that I've missed, or like little spots of rust and stuff. You know, as time goes on, I can fix that stuff, but 90% of all the rot on the Jeep will be gone. And that'll be that. So when it comes back, I'll film that. I'll show you guys, you know, what it's gonna look like for a long time. I don't really plan on changing too much besides maybe adding like a light bar, you know, stuff like that. But that's it. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.